was expecting a child. While they were there, the time came for her to deliver her child, and she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in bands of cloth, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for him in the inn.
Poem was written 200 years ago, and it sort of told us a lot about Santa Claus. But back then, for some strange reason, he was called St. Nicholas. So if you hear St. Nicholas in the poem, it's talking about Santa Claus. My children are going to kick us off.
'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there.
The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of fairy cakes danced in their heads. And Mama in pink and I in blue went to our beds for our sleep too. Then when out on the street there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw open the sash. The moon was shining on the new fallen snow, lighting up everything as I looked down below. When, what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his reindeers came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Rudolph, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the house, up by the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. Like leaves in the wind that start to fly, quickly arise and head to the sky. So up to the housetop, the reindeer they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I came from the window and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a shopper just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His happy little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke had surrounded his head like a wreath, and he had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink in his eye and a twist of his head soon let me know that I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him cry out, before he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all good night."